This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, after installation, I told you this kind of sample site we get it. This kind of ready to use site we get it. Along with that, we will also get one more tool called HAC. We also get one more tool called HAC. We also get one more tool called HAC. So I am just trying to log in. This is what one more tool we get it. Hybris administrative console called HAC. Now, if you go to HAC, this is the admin tool which we get it after installation. And within that, you can see there is a configurations, platform configurations. Now we need to understand, okay, platform configurations. Okay, Hybris configuration. So these are also called as properties, Hybris configuration properties. This is the topic today. Hybris configuration properties. So what does that mean? Let's take some examples first, then we can understand what is this properties, how this is going to give big advantage for us and all. These are very useful here in the real time. These are very useful in the real time. Let's consider some scenarios first. As I told you, after installation, this is the ready-made site we get it. Now in this there is a functionality called quick order. In this there is a functionality called quick order. In this there is a functionality called quick order. Quick order. Now what is the use of the quick order? Okay, what is the use of the quick order? There is a functionality called a quick order. What is the use of the quick order? So assume that there is no quick order. Assume that there is no quick order. Okay, so assume that there is no quick order. If there is no quick order and I want to add 20 products, what is the requirement? I want to add 20 items to cart. This is the requirement. Assume that there is no quick order, and I want to add 20 items to cart. If I want to add 20 items to cart, see how many navigations I am doing, how many clicks I am doing. First thing is that I need to hover here. Number one, I need to click on the category. Number two, I need to click on the product. Number three, I need to click on, let me go to the product which is having the quantity. So 3, then I need to click on add to bag. 4, I need to click on checkout. 5. So that means to add one item, how many clicks I am doing or how many operations I am doing?
5 steps.
5 or 5 steps. 5 steps or 5 clicks, whatever it is. That means 20 items means 20 into 5, 100 steps or clicks. That is what if no quick order. Next, assume that customer remember the product numbers or product numbers. Assume that customer remember the product numbers. So that means he remember these numbers. Look at here, please. Assume that customer remember the product numbers. Assume that customer remember the product numbers. If he remember the product number, assume that customer remember the product number. Can you see this one, please? Assume that customer remember the product number, then he can use quick order form. So let's see what is the advantage of the quick order form. Now assume that I am the customer, I remember the product number, I go here, click on the quick order. See this one, please. First one, I go here 1 and click on quick order 2. Then after that, simply enter the product number. Simply enter the product numbers. Simply enter the product numbers. Like this, you can enter it. Then click on add to bag. Click on add to bag. Click on checkout. So therefore, to add 20 items, how many clicks are there here? How many steps or how many clicks are here if it is a quick order? How many steps? How many clicks if quick order?
3.
No, not 3. You can see here First, what did I do? I click here 1. Then I click here 2. After that, entering the product number 3, entering the product number 4, entering the product number 5, add to back checkout. So that means 2 plus number of items, which is nothing but 20. After that, add to back checkout. So total, how many? 24 steps or clicks. That is the advantage of the quick order form. That is the advantage of the quick order form. That is called the quick order functionality. Is that clear, everyone? What is the meaning of quick order? So let's say, assume that I want to add 20 items to cart and I don't have the quick order. If I don't have the quick order, I need to go here 1, I need to go here 2, I need to click on the product, I need to add to bag. Like that, five operations I need to do for each item adding to the cart. So that means total 20 items. So 100 clicks, 100 steps, 100 operations. Assume that customer remember the product number, or customer already having the product numbers in the Excel form. Then he can use the quick order form. Then how many clicks, how many operations? Only 24. That is the advantage of the quick order form. That is the advantage of the quick order form. Quick order form. The name also says quick order form. That means he can able to order quickly. That's about the quick order form. Next, come back here, please. Now I click on this. I go here. When I go to the quick order form, what is the default layout is given for how many elements? Default layout is given for how many elements?
3
elements. If you see OOTB out of the box, default layout. OOTB out of the box, default layout is given for 3 elements. Given for 3 elements. We can do more also here. It will give more, but default is given for 3 elements. Now, let's say you are working for Reliance company. Do you think that all the companies like this layout, 3 elements layout by default, or they may ask more?
They may ask more.
Yes. Let's say you are working for Lenovo company. Lenovo company, they want default layout for 6 elements. Now, let's say that's Raj. Let's say Raj is working for Lenovo company and they want default layout for 6 elements. Next, so let's say Soumit is working for, okay, Soumit is working for, assume that he is working for Chroma company. Then they want default layout for 8 elements, and so on, so like these companies might have requirement. Like these companies might have requirement. Now the question is, do you think that SAP hard-coded this layout elements, or they made it as generic, or they made it as a configurable parameter?
Configurable parameter.
Okay, so the question what I'm asking that, so you understand the requirement, right? So let's say Chenna is working for Lenovo company and they want a layout for 6 elements. So let's say RRS is working for Chroma company, they want for a layout for 8 elements, and so on, so on. So that means this form, whatever we have, it's kind of a generic. Now, do you think that SAP hard-coded, okay, SAP hard-coded this element layout like a 3, 4 like that, or they made it as a generic and configurable? Or they made it as generic and configurable? What do you think?
Generic.
They made it as generic and
configurable.
Yes, generic and configurable. Generic and configurable. So let's see what does it mean. This is the requirement 1. Okay, so this is the requirement 1 or scenario 1 to understand the configuration parameters. We are discussing the configuration properties to show the power of the configuration properties. I am telling power of the configuration properties because this is a lot in the real time. This is a lot in the real time. For that, I am taking a scenario 1 called a quick order form, and you can see different companies are having different requirements. Now, do you think that SAP hard-coded this, or they made it as generic and configurable? So answer is generic and configurable. Let's see where is this. Okay, solution. Let's see where is this. As I told you, configuration I can find where? I can find in the HAC. Go to the platform, go to configuration. Now I want the configuration properties for which functionality? I want the configuration properties for which functionality? Quick order. So therefore you can go here and just type quick, QUICK. Now you can see, so right now my website is what? Y accelerator storefront. So therefore Y accelerator storefront quick order minimum 3 is there. Now let's say Chenna is working for Lenovo company and they want layout for how many elements? 6 elements. Now I will change it to 6 and apply. Now come here, refresh it. Am I getting layout for 6 elements? Am I getting layout for 6 elements?
Yes.
Yes, that is the power of these configurations. Now let's say RRS is working for Chroma company. They want the default layout element, default layout for 8 elements. We will just change this to 8, apply, and come here, refresh it. Now you can see I am getting the default layout element, default layout for 8 elements, and so on, so on. So this is the power of the configuration properties. This is the power of the configuration properties. Okay, so the answer is, so there is a configuration property created. This is the configuration property created. And if you give 3, then it will come layout with 3 elements. If you give 5, then you will get the layout with 5 elements, and so on, so on, so. Very good. Now let's take the second requirement or second scenario. Let's take the second scenario. First scenario, I am showing the power of the configurations here. Why I am using the power of the configuration is we use this a lot in the real time, and this give lots of dynamic. So can I say, can I put this word configuration properties give the dynamic behavior for application? Can I use that word? Configuration properties can give the dynamic behavior for the application. Can I use this sentence here?
Yes.
Configuration properties can give the dynamic behavior for the application. So what is the application? This is the application. Or for the site or application, anything is correct only. Configuration properties can give the dynamic behavior for site or application. So this is the site, and this is the this is the this is the functionality. Now if I go on to change it, so if I change it to 6, I'm getting the layout element or default layout for 6 elements. That means definitely this is kind of a dynamic behavior, right? So whatever you want, runtime you are able to change however you want. Runtime you are able to change however you want. That's why that statement is also correct. Now let's take the second scenario. What is the second scenario? Can you see this one, please? Let me place the order. So I will try to add the item to cart. Can you please observe here? I will try to add the item to cart. Click on checkout. Now you can log in. Okay, let me log in. Or I don't have the account, right? Let me create the account. I'm just trying to create the account quickly. So let's say Mr. ChennaReddyTraining @gmail.com something, and 1234 is the password. 1234 is the password. Now I'll select all these things. Click on register. So I'm trying to log in and placing the order. Go to the select the cart, whatever you added items. Click on checkout. Can you please observe here? Click on checkout. So the second scenario, first scenario is what? Quick order. Second scenario is place order. So let's understand the place order functionality and how it varies from customer to customer, especially the order numbers. Okay, now I need to add one address. Let me add one address. Okay, so I'll just go here 1212 address 1. Okay, then you can give the city. So let's say Dallas 1234 1234. Pin code you can give whatever you want and save the address for later. So if I save the address for later, next time I can pick it instead of I enter every time. I can pick it instead of I enter every time. I just saved it. Then shipping method. So do you want standard delivery or premium delivery? You can select whatever you want and click on next. When you click on next, can you please observe? Can you please observe here? When you click on next, now it is asking the payment. Now let me select Visa card and the name. So let's say ChennaReddyTraining and the card number is this one 1234 123 123 1234 1234 1234. So this is the card number I am giving, and you can give some year and give the CVC number. Okay, then save this card for later and click on next. When you click on next, can you observe this one please? You are getting this error. You are getting this error. How to fix this error? You are getting this error. How to fix this error? You are getting this error because if you observe the URL, it is not localhost now. Because your server is running locally and payment all this information against the localhost only. So that configuration is missing. Or that configuration is different. It's not missing, it is a different. So that's why change this to localhost. Change this to localhost, then your problem is solved. Okay, how do I change this to localhost? You can go to the again, you can go here, platform configurations. This is the HTTPS site information, right? So you can go here and type HTTPS. Okay, once you type HTTPS, you can see here this value is different. That's why we are getting that challenge. Change this to, you can see here, website, apparel UK website, HTTPS. This one, change it to localhost, then you are good. This one, change it to localhost, then you are good. Now let's see whether I am good or not. So I'll go here again, go to the localhost via accelerator storefront. Now go here, checkout. Okay, checkout. Now you can see I already saved the address, so I have an option to pick the address now. So I'll pick the address, then go here. Now you can select the card type, let's say Visa card or something. Then select this, enter the card number, enter the expiration, month, year, and enter the CVC number. And save this card for later so that I can pick the next time. Click on next. Now, am I getting error? Now, am I getting error? You can see the URL is also localhost now. Okay, that's it. Now click on the place order. Click on the place order. So that means I am trying to place the order. Once you try to place the order, okay, this is what information we have. Someone is not muted. Once you speak, immediately go on mute, please. Virendra, can you please be on mute? Virendra, Vishnu, Shashank. I just muted you guys. Okay, now look at here, please. I just play the order, and this is the order number I'm getting. This is the order number I'm getting. Now, do you think that these order numbers are same for all the companies? When I say same, here order number is how many digits? Here order number right now is how many digits?
8.
8 digits. Okay. Now, so let's say let's say now Vishnu is working for again Lenovo company, and they want order number which is, let's say, 14 digits. Is that possible here? Is that possible or not?
Possible.
Let me ask a question. If you go on to place the order in the Flipkart, if you go on to place the order in the Amazon.
Possible, sir. Possible.
Yes. So if you go on to place the order in the Amazon, if you go on to place the order in the Flipkart, if you go on and place the order in the Paytm, do you see same number of digits or it can be different?
Different.
Different.
It can be different. Okay. Now let's say Chenna is working for Vishnu is working for this, and let's say okay, Sudhakar is working
Can
for.
be different. Can be different.
Let's say Sudhakar is working for, let's say, Reliance company, and they want order number which is, let's say, 16 digits, and so on, so on. So this is how you have the requirements. Now I am asking the question. These are very generic questions and the generic requirements. Now, do you think that SAP hard coded this number of digits, order number of order digits length, right? Order length. I'll just say order length, 8 digits, 9 digits, like that. Or they made it as generic and configurable.
Generic and configurable.
Or they made it as generic and
configurable.
Yes, generic and configurable. Perfect. So now do you see the power of these configurations? Because it's giving big functionalities. That's why I said these are very critical and important in the real time. Okay, now, so they made it as generic and configurable. Now I want to know where are those? So if you want to know where are those, you can go to here again, go to the configurations. These are order related properties you want, right? So the functionality is what? Order related. Just go here, type order dot something. Okay, you can see. Can you observe here? Keygen dot order dot code. How many digits?
8.
And you can see the pattern. Pattern is all zeros. All zeros means what? It will allow only digits. That's why these are the values here. So there is first one called keygen, which is having 8. Second one is what? Keygen start, which is having the pattern like this. So that means all zeros means it will allow only digits. Now you can see there is one more thing here, type. Type is numeric. As it is allowing only digits, so therefore type is numeric. Like this we have configuration parameters. Now let me tell you one thing. So now let's say Lenovo company want a 16 digit. Now come here 14 digit. Come here, change it to 14. And do I need to increase this length?
Yes.
Yes, you can increase the length. So right now it is 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this you can maintain. And if it is only digits. Now let's say Chenna is working for Reliance company. They want alphanumeric. And the order number they want to start with R. R means Reliance. So therefore I will put R here and specify alpha here, alphanumeric. Okay, specify alphanumeric. So total 14 digit. Out of the 14 digit, order number will start with R. R0001, R0002, like that, and so on, so on. So this is how we can change the configuration values. This is how we can change the order numbers. This is the scenario 2. Now let's discuss this one little bit more. Can you please observe here? Let's say now you are working for Dell company. So let's say ChennaReddyTraining is working for Dell company. So this is very important here. Different scenario I am covering. ChennaReddyTraining is working for Dell company, and you can see Dell is having in the multiple locations, right? So you can see Dell.com. If you type it right now, I am in US, so US site. If you are in India, can you see? You will see IN here. Can you type and check? Just type Dell.com. You will get EN hyphen IN. You will get it. Are you getting? Just type Dell.com. Who are in India, you will get a Dell.com.
Yes, Chenna.
IN,
Got it.
EN,
IN.
you get it. Like this, you get it. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
So that means there is a possibility that we can have
Yes,
multiple
sir.
web. Okay, there is possibility that, can you please pay attention? Can you please pay attention? There is a possibility that we can have multiple websites. For example, for US, we have Dell.com. I'm just giving example here. Okay, for US, we have Dell.com -en-US. Our simple example, Amazon.com is there, Amazon.in is there, right? So if you go and type Amazon in US, it is a .com. If you type in India, .in, it will come. Okay, so then Dell.com/en-in. Like this, we have multiple websites. Now, scenario, can you please observe this? If it is the US, I want to start the order with the 14 digits. I want to have 14-digit order number. And if it is a India, then I want to have 16-digit order number. Or if it is a US, I want to have order number starts with U. If it is a India, I want to have order number starts with I. Do you think that these are possible? Do you think?
Yes.
Yes. So if you want this, what to do? If you want this, what to do? And it's kind of a little customization. It's kind of a little customization. So this is for developers. Functional people, just remember, it is a customization. That's it. Functional people, when you are talking to client, they may ask, oh, for India site, I want to have a different order number. For US site, I want to have a different order number. See, if it is a single site, I already told the answer. If it is a single site, I already told the answer. If we have multiple websites and each website is having its own order number range, then what to do? So you can tell them that it is a little customization. How to do the customization? You can take the requirement and give it to the technical team. Technical team will do it. Now I am showing how to do the customizations. Can you observe this one, please? I will just put this in the document so that I can show you. Yeah. Now can you see this one? It's a 4-step process. It is a simple 4-step process. Step number 1 is, can you observe this one? Step number 1 is you have multiple websites, right? You have multiple websites. So default is what? So we are having, these are the properties, right? Keygen order.code.digit. So now you can add keygen dot, let's say you want for US, okay, US like that. You can add US like that. So therefore you can add this one here. Keygen.us, that means for both websites you need to define the ranges. So keygen dot, okay, this is the US order code. So keygen.us.order.code name, you can give the name, and the digits you can specify. What are the digits for US? 14 digit. And what is the starting number you can specify, whether you want to start with 0 or you want to start with 19. You can specify. And numeric true, because you want only digits. And you can specify the dollar symbol, those things. This is for US website. Similarly, you need to specify for the India website. You can specify keygen.india like that, and here you can specify IN. So therefore specify for India how many digits? 16 digit. Then specify how you want to start. Then numeric. Like this in the step number 1. In the step number 1, you need to define the keygen properties or order properties for both US website and India website. That's it. That is the first step. Then second step is you need to go to the spring.xml file. These are the technical steps. Technical people should remember. Okay, you need to go to the spring.xml file. You can see here. Okay, you can go to the spring.xml file. You need to create two beans. Okay, can you see this one, please? You already have so many OOTB beans here. Let it be. Don't delete anything here. Don't delete anything here. Yeah, you can see here. So this is what we are using right now, right? Sorry, not this one. This is what we are using, preprocessor order code. Yeah, this one. Can you please observe here? These are the keys we are using right now. OOTB, yes or no? You can see OOTB out of the box. Okay, keygen.order.code.digits. Keygen.order.code.digits. Yeah, this one. Okay, order code generator. So this is what given for us. You need to pay attention, please. The step number 1 is for each website you can define the properties. Step number 2 is you can come here and see the OOTB one, out of the box one, how they have given. Similarly, you need to create 2 more beans for your websites. Similarly, you need to create 2 more beans for your website. You can see you need to create 2 more beans for your website. So this is the bean 1 and this is the bean 2. This is the bean 2. And for bean 1, you can give the name. So you can see here what is the name they have given. So we have these two, right? Can you please observe here? So this is the order generator. Now US order generator and India order code generator. Like this you can give. And the properties, whatever you have given, those you need to put it. So you can take this and put here and so on and so on. Okay, this is for India, IN. Like this, you can create the beans. Like this, you can specify the bean IDs. Once you specify the bean IDs, that is the step number 2. Okay, that is the step number 2. Then you can come to the step number 3. So there is a commerce spring.xml file. There you need to write the little bit logic to override this. So you can see we are trying to override, annotate those beans. You can see you are annotate those beans and try to generate the logic based on this. This is the logic, you need to write it. This is the logic, you need to write it. Like this, you can do the changes. It's a simple one only, not the complicated one. And if you want this code, I will share it. But at least at a high level, functional people should remember what to do for this scenario. Technical people can remember the steps also. Now let's recap that conclusion once. What I'm trying to say that, let's say your company is having multiple websites and each website wants its own numbering, order numbering range. If each website wants its own order numbering range, then you need to create the keygen properties for order for each website. Then you can go to the spring.xml file and define the beans for both websites with its own properties. And third one is you can go to the spring.xml file and define the aliases. After that, you can write the custom logic. So you can see they are just doing some custom logic where they are annotating those beans like a US bean, India bean, those things, and they are trying to set that for the current order creation. That's it. So this is how you can write the logic. This is another scenario. This is the another scenario for the order creation. Next one more scenario is okay, now let's come back here. Can you please observe this one? Let's come back here. This is one more article. Yeah, this is the one which I told just now. So if you want to change the order number, you can see here, these are the properties. Okay, you can define the properties, and where it is available, just now I shown you in the core-spring.xml file. Then you can change it if you want, and so on, so on. Now let's give a practice, simple practice. So let me go here, this example. Okay, I'm just going here, this example. Now, can you so there is something called Groovy scripting. There is something called Groovy scripting. Let's understand that also. What is the purpose of this? Okay, Groovy scripting. What is the meaning of Groovy scripting? Let's say okay, right now my server is running, my application is running, right? My server is running, my application is running. Now I want to change the order number dynamically. So that means I want to change some values. I want to change, override some classes dynamically. I want to change some logic dynamically. Change some logic dynamically here, without restarting the code, without compiling and all. Then you can write the Groovy scripts. You can write the Groovy scripts. Now, so the requirement is, I want to change this order number. I want to change the, right now it is what? With 8 digit, right? Let me change it to 12 digit. Let me change it to 12 digit. And I also want to start with 9,000 something. Okay, order something. So let me change it to 12 digit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to start with 12 something. And here also I want to start with let's say 99, something like that. And I applied the properties. Now it is just a property. Now there are some beans which I need to inject this, right? Just now I shown you there is a lot of logic. That for that logic I need to inject these values. For that we can use the Groovy scripting. So let me show you how this looks. Let me show you how this looks. I will just paste this logic here. And there are so many comments here. So you can ignore the comments. Just see the logics for now. Are you guys paying attention? Am I disconnected?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now can you see the logic, please? So this is just a import statement, nothing. Then I want that number series ranges, right? So that's why we are taking this number series manager object, and we want to change this order numbers and all. Okay, so the default is this order code, right? Order code. You can see here, just now I shown you, right? That order code. Okay, then you want to have the numbering. What is the numbering we want? Just now we defined, right? This is what I want. So you can go on to set that one. And what else? System.out.println, current numbering it will print. After that, I am resetting with this numbering. I'm resetting with this numbering, and so on, so on. So then let's take this and execute it. How do I execute the Groovy scripting? You can go to the HAC. I shown you. Go to the console. Go to the scripting languages. Go to the console. Go to the scripting languages. Paste this, and so there is an option called committed mode. Committed mode means what? Going forward, this number will be used. Committed mode means what? Going forward, this number will be used. Say execute. So once you execute, you can see that is executed successfully. Now go and see the results. So earlier, this is the order number. And going forward, what will be the order number? Going forward, what will be the order number?
Well, it starts with
12
1.
something. Can we go on to the site and check that whether it is coming 12 something, something like that? Can we go and test it once?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, let's go and test it once. Okay, I can go here, add the item to cart. You can add, if you want more items, you can add, or one item is also sufficient for us. We just want to see the difference, that's it. Pick the address, whatever you added, then go to the shipping methods, pick the card, whatever you added, and select this and place order. Is it coming?
Yes.
Yes, that is how you can change the order numbers. That is how you can change the order numbers. This is a nice example to understand how to change the order numbers for your company. Okay, now if you go on to place the next order, it will be what? If you go on to play the order next order, so it will be 12,000 12 something something. Then in the last you will have 101 like that, and so on, so on. So this is how you can check the order numbers and play the order number. This is the power of the Groovy script. So with the Groovy scripting, I'm able to reset the order numbers. So this is for injecting into the database. So in the database already order number was what? If you go to HSE, order number in the database is 3000 something. So with this Groovy script, I was able to reset that number to this, so that going forward, this is the number will be used. This is useful in the real time a lot. In most of the projects, we will do the order numbering range changes as per your company. As per your company, I'll just hold for 2 minutes. If you have questions, go ahead and ask now.
This conference will now be recorded.
Now let's come back here, please. As I said, we just exercised one example. What the example we did? Default order number was, which was like a 3000 something. We don't want the order number. We want this. We want this kind of order number. For that, what are the different steps we have done? Tell me. For that, what are the different steps we have done? Step number 1, we went to configurations. You need to recollect the steps, please.
Change the
You have
Hybris.
mentioned what the order number starts with, and length. You have mentioned these two. Then this number you need to reset in the database. This number, original number was what, 3000 something. That you need to reset this value. For that, I am writing a small Groovy script here. For that, we are writing small Groovy script here. These are all just printf statements here. This one is the printf statement and all. So how we are doing? Number series manager dot reset number survey series with this, and so on, so on. So these are the two things. That's it. So because of these two statements, it is able to reset the 3000 order number with the number whatever you specified. Hence, going forward, this number will be used. Now let me ask a question. Tomorrow, if I come back and play the order, will it go to 3000 or it will be with 12,000 something? 12 something. Tomorrow, if I come back and play the order, will it go with the 3000 or it will with this number only?
With this number only.
With this
With
number.
this number only. Why? Can you tell me why?
Because
Because
commit to it.
Change is made in the database.
I selected here committed. So that means it is a permanent. This execution, whatever you have done, that's a permanent. You cannot roll back. And so on, so on. So that's the reason. That's it. So this is one of the, these are the fantastic examples on the ordering side, especially how to change the order numbers, how to change for multiple sites. All these things are answered. Now let's continue the next one. Let's continue the next one. Okay, let it be, not a problem. The next one is the next scenario, scenario 3. We also seen the Groovy scripting, how it looks. Next scenario is, we already seen caching properties, right? Cache properties. Do you remember? I already covered that. There are so many cache properties, cache region properties. So if you go here, cache dot something. So you can see, so how you want to cache the query cache, okay? Then item cache, like that we have so many values. Now, do you think that these may vary from customer to customer, or these are fixed? We have different caches, right? What are the different cache regions, OOTB cache regions we have? OOTB cache regions we have. Tell me, what are the different OOTB cache regions? Query cache region, CMS cache region, okay? Then media cache region, like that we have different cache regions, and each region will have its own size and its own algorithm, right? Do you guys remember?
Yes, Chenna.
So now do you think that these are same for all the companies? That means size and algorithm. Algorithm can be same, but size might be different, right? Let's say if you are working for Lenovo company, they want some size here, some size here and all. So these sizes may vary from company to company. These properties values can varies from company to company. Now, do you think that they hard coded or they made it as a generic properties? Okay, they made it
generic properties.
Generic and configurable. So you can see here. You can see here, and so on, so on. So now, do you understand the power of the properties or configurations? Because it's giving big functionalities, right? You have seen the example of click order. You have seen the example of place order. You have seen the example of cache properties, and so on, so on. So that's why I said these are very important in the real time. And you can see here. Now let's come back one step. Now you can see here. I go here and click on the configurations. So how many total configurations, OOTV configurations are there? Total out of the box configuration properties. Total OOTV configuration properties. How many are there? 3812. So if it is a SAP Commerce 2011 version, if it is the latest version, you may see more. That means that much of dynamic behavior is available. Are you understanding? That means that much of dynamic behavior is available. Yes. That means that much of dynamic behavior is available. Okay, very good. Now let's come back here. Let's go to the quick order again. Let's go to the quick order again. Let's go to the quick order again. So if you go to the quick order, can you please understand this? Let's go to the quick order again. So we changed this to 6. We changed this to 6, right? We changed this value to 6. Good. Now this value is available as long as this server is running. This value is available as long as this server is running. If you restart the server, then you will get 3 again. What I am trying to say is that this value will be available. That means this changed value will be available as long as server is running. So if you restart the server, then again this value become what? Again this value become original, which is a 3. Which is a 3. Now you can ask a question. Assume that you don't want that behavior. You want permanently 6. So your company want to permanently 6. Let's say Haima is working for Duke Energy and they want this value permanently. Okay, so let's say Chenna is working for some Samsung company and they want this value permanently. So if they want this value permanent, then what you need to do is that, can you please see this? So take this key and go and search in the code. Take this key and go and search in the code. So definitely you need to search in the property files. Search it. Search it. Now you can see this is the key. So here you can change it to 6. Here you can change it to 6. That's it. Then this value will be there permanently. Then this value will be there permanently. Then this value will be there permanently. Now you can ask a question. This is the OOTB extension, right? Can I change it here? Changing here is a good practice?
No.
This
Local
out of the box. Changing it in the way? No, it's not a best practice. What you will do is that you can just copy this one. You can just copy this one and go to your software. This is the software. Go to Hybris, go to config, go to the local.properties and paste that particular configuration property and change it to 6. And this is the best practice. Okay, this is the best practice. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? So what I am trying to say, conclusion here is that if you change any value from HAC configuration, that value will be there as long as server is running. If you stop the server and start it again, you will get the original value. Original value is what? 3. Now your company decided they don't want any more 3. They want the 6 permanently. Then you can take this configuration property, go and check in the code where it is available, and you can change it. So if you change it here, it will work, no problem. It will work, no problem. But this is the OOTB extension. Generally, doing the changes directly in the OOTB extension is not the best practice. Why it's not the best practice?
Will
Doing the
affect
changes in the OOTB extension directly is not the best practice. Why?
Once we upgrade, it will be lost.
Yes, when we do the upgrade, changes may last. That's why take this property, and go to your software, go to config, go to the local dot properties, and paste it and put the value whatever you want. Put the value whatever you want. This is how you need to change the configuration properties. Next. This is how you need to change the configuration properties. Good. So next thing is that we can also create. So how to change configuration properties? I just now explained configuration properties. How to change configuration properties we explained. Next, we can also create configuration properties dynamically. We can also create configuration properties dynamically. Properties dynamically we can create. What does that mean? Let me show you. I can go here, click on configurations. Now I want to create a new configuration. Let's say Chenna.RRS, and with value, let's say 1001 or 10,001. Add it. Like this, you can create the key value dynamically here. Now you can use that if you want. So if you see here, right now that property, whatever we created is available. You can see Chenna.RRS 1001, 10,001 is available. So this you can start using the application in the application if you want. This you can start using the application if you want. Now this key value will be available as long as this server is running. If you restart the server, then this key value will be gone. Now I want this key value permanently. If you want this key value permanently, what to do? Take the key, go to the local dot properties, paste it. Okay, Chenna.RRS and put the value as 10,001 permanently here. Put the value permanently here. That's it. So this is how you can also create and use the dynamic properties. So that means you can create the configuration properties. What is the meaning of property? Property is nothing but the key value pair. What is the meaning of property? Property is nothing but the key value pair. Then you can also change you can also add the key value pairs or configuration properties dynamically. These will be available as long as server is running. If you restart the server, it's no more available. If you want permanently, go to the local dot properties and change it. Very good. Next. So the next point is, so we have seen how to add dynamically. Okay, next is, as I told just now, if I go to the configuration, can you please see this? If I go to the platform configuration, how many total configurations are available? Just now I told you. So how many total configurations are available? 3,800.
800.
12 are there, but just now we created dynamically one, right? That's what it is showing 13, which is okay. We don't need to worry about much, but that count is important for now. Can you please see this one? So what I'm trying to say that these are the total configuration properties we have. Now you should ask one question. What is the question you should ask? These are the total configuration properties. That's good. You should ask one question. What is the question?
How many standard order comes in?
Okay, so total 3,800 are there. From where these are coming? From where these are coming? For that, the answer is first one, in the platform you have a project.properties. So some of them are coming from here. In the platform you have project.properties. From there some of them are coming. Let's see this. Okay, you can go to Hybris, you can go to the bin, you can go to the platform, you have a project.properties. So here so many are there. From here it's coming. So you can see, so that's what I said, right? So generally people ask, can you explain some of the important properties? So you can say spring load, lazy loading properties, log4j properties, okay, server properties, database properties, okay, cache properties, order keygen properties. You can see order keygen properties. Just now we check all these things, right? Order keygen properties. Okay, media properties, like that we have so many. Now you can see this, take one of the property and go and check if that is you are able to see from here. You can go here and just search that. You can see that is what exactly you are seeing. This is the actual code and this is the UI for it. Okay, good. So therefore some of them are coming from the platform project.it. Then some of them are coming from config local.properties, right? Some of them are coming from config local.properties. So you can go to the local.properties. You can go to the local.properties, config local.properties. So there are so many here. You can go and check whether these are available or not. Let's say OCC override something. You can go to HAC configurations. HAC configurations. Okay, put this, you can see that's true. It is available. Like this, some of them are coming from the config local.properties. Now, can you please observe here, in the project.properties, we have around 1,000. In the local.properties, we have around 30. That means 1,030. But here we have 3,000 something, right? Then from where remaining are coming? Remaining are coming. So every extension, you need to remember this conclusion, please. Every extension will have project.properties. Every extension will have project.properties. There also you have. So now let me show you every extension. I said every extension, right? So you can go here, go to the bin, go to the module. These are all the extensions. Now let me go here. So you can see this is the one extension. It is having project.properties. So these are all coming there. So let's see if this is coming. So I'm just taking randomly this one. Go to HAC and verify it. Yes, it's coming. Now, as I said, every extension will have project.properties. You can go to any extension here. So I'm just going some random extensions. So there's a project.properties, and you can take this and go and check. It is available. Like that, whatever configuration properties you are seeing here are coming from how many places? Whatever configuration properties you are seeing are coming from how many places? 3 places. One is platform project.properties. Second one is config local.properties, and third one is
Every extension.
every extension. Please use the word called every extension, not one extension, because we have so many extensions. What is the extension? Extension is nothing but the code. Extension is nothing but the project. Every extension will have project.properties, and that also will have some properties, and so on, so on. That's it. Any questions so far?
Why is platform called platform separately, not text?
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good, thank you. Now let's see the how kick order logic is written or given. How kick order logic is written or given. There are two things for this. You are trying to understand the existing code, and this code you can refer it going forward if you have that kind of functionality. Now let's understand how the quick order functionality or logic is given. For that, step number 1, what they did, please understand this. Step number 1, what they did, they created a configuration property. They created a configuration. Step number 1, configuration property. What is the configuration property they created? Okay, so go to the here, search with quick. Like this, they created so many, minimum, maximum, like that. For now, we will go with the minimum. If you want the maximum also, you can see that. So this is how they created the configuration property with the 3, 5 like that. Where this property is available, tell me. I'm just showing everything. So this is where it is available. So that means in the step number 1, okay, in the extension, they created configuration properties. It's a simple, straightforward. There is nothing big logic here. They just created keys in this extension. Now tomorrow, if you are using some other extension, in that extension project.property is there, you can create it. This is the step number 1. So this is the step number 1. Okay, step number 1. Now based on this step or based on this property, they are driving that entire logic, right? They are driving that entire logic. So that's why step number 2 is we will read what is the value in the Java file. Okay, read configuration property value in asterisk.java file. Read configuration property value in asterisk.java file. How do I do that? Let's see. So take this configuration property, take the key. Left side is key, right side is value. Left side is key, right side is value. Take the key and search in the property file. Sorry, not property file, Java file. Search in the Java file. When I search in the Java file, how many places I am able to find it? How many places I am able to find it? This is the place. Now, can you see this logic, please? So what are we trying to do here? Yesterday also I explained a similar logic. What are we trying to do here? Yesterday also we discussed a similar logic. Anyone remember? Okay, so in the Java file, we are trying to read that particular configuration property value. This is a step number 2. Can you please pay attention? Can you please pay attention? Step number 2. What is the step number 2? This is the configuration property, which is nothing but the key, and whatever you enter, we are trying to retrieve with this entire statement and keeping in this variable. So that means after completion of this, this variable will have what? This variable will have what value?
3.
Excellent, 3. This variable will have 3. So if you change it to 5, 5. If you change it to 10, 10, and so on, so on. Now, what is the meaning of this one? Tell me, what is the meaning of right side 3? Yesterday I told.
Default then default will be 3.
So let's say you have not entered anything here. If you don't enter anything here, this value will be considered as a default and stored in this variable. Good. Now, this particular variable is having this value and I am putting in the model attribute. What is the advantage of putting variable in the model attribute? What is the advantage of putting model or variable in the model attribute?
We can use it in UI.
Yes. Okay. Model attributes we can use in UI. We can use in UI. So now let's see whether we are creating the UI with this variable or not. So I will take this variable. I will take this variable. Okay, step number 3 is what? Step number 3 is use the property key value and create the UI. That's it. Third step. UI means what? UI is what? JSP-R tag file. UI is JSP-R tag file. So I will take that variable. And search in the asterisk.jsp, asterisk.tag file. Now you can see I am able to see this one in two extensions. This extension. Which one should I consider for current flow?
Y
Which one
accelerator
should I
store.
consider for current flow? Y accelerator storefront. Why Y accelerator storefront? Right now that is the extension I am using. Okay, go here, open that. Go here, open that. Go here and open that. Okay, now you can see. So we are trying to write the logic. So here is the logic. Okay, here is the logic. So this is the quick order form. So there we are trying to create the div, all those things. And finally there is a button. Okay, this is the step number 3. What is the step number 3 here? You can see here we are writing the for loop for I equal to 1 or for begin with 1 and ends with what? Whatever value if you give here. If you are giving 8 here, 8. If you are giving 3 here, 3. Okay, quick order row knows. So therefore whatever value you have given that is available in this variable, that variable I am using here. So for I equal to 1 or for begin equal to 1 ends with 3. So first time it will come and create one div. So that means it will come here. So this is nothing but a div text box. So that's what you can see input box. So that's what you can see input box. Okay, input box and so on, so then it will go to the next second time one more input box, third time one more input box. So therefore 1 2 3. So that means 3 times this will be executed. So 3 times input box will come. 3 times input box will come. So if it is more than 3, so let's say you have 6, then 6 times input box will come. So in the input box you are entering that SKU numbers or product numbers. So because of this you are getting these results. Because of this you are getting these results. That's it. Now if you enter 6, this loop will be executed 6 times. That's why layout will be coming from 6 elements. If you are entering 8, then this loop will be executed 8 times. So therefore you will get the 8 elements layout and so on, so on. So that's it. This is how the entire logic of the quick order is implemented. This is how entire quick order logic is implemented. That's it. This is how entire quick order logic is implemented. It's a simple, straightforward here. Step number 1, create the configuration properties. Step number 2, read in the Java file. To read in the Java file, I just shown you the logic. Then step number 3, use that and use that property key value and create the UI. Create the UI. Now let's understand one more example. Now you need to tell the step for this. Okay, you need to tell the steps for this. This is invoice, right? Invoice. Or quick order. So these are all there in the notes here. Quick order. Okay, quick order functionality, all these things just now I explained. You can go and check all these things. So tomorrow we'll start the different thing, but before I go there, where is that? A second. Sorry. So this is what I told you, quick order configuration property, reading into a variable and displaying in the UI or create the UI. Yeah, this is what I want to discuss. So the next scenario is like this. The next scenario, this is what I want to discuss. Can you read the scenario, please? Can anyone read the scenario, please?
Let's say we created one property for client specific. How to use this property in SAP commerce application or code.
Okay, very good. So what I'm trying to say that, so I told you how the quick order is given. Now I am telling you how we can do everything from scratch. So let's say I will go to my account. In the my account, am I having list of invoices? In the my account, am I having list of invoices?
No.
No.
So my company is asking me to show that. In the my account, they want a list of invoices. That means if I click on the, so this is the requirement here. What is the requirement? In the my account, they want a list of invoices. Or my invoices. My invoices. So if I click on this, okay, so let me write the requirement first. Then you will understand very easily, and solution also very easy now. You can very well tell the solution now because we already discussed everything. So in the my account, there is no invoices, but your company want this. Your company want this, and these invoices are available in the SAP system. This is the commerce system here. This is the commerce system. So this is the SAP commerce system, and they want to show the invoices. And these invoices, actual invoices, are there in the SAP system. Okay, SAP system. Let's say this is the SAP system. Now, so in the SAP, let's say there are invoices. And so on, so on, so. So you need to retrieve the invoices related to the login user. You need to retrieve the invoices related to the login user and display it. So let's say these are results. Invoice 1. Okay, invoice 2. Like that, you need to display the invoices. Now, here the question is, okay, there are, so I can have n number of invoices. Now you need to get the invoices from SAP. That means you need to send a request. You need to send a request to SAP and get the invoices and show here. Get the invoices and show here. So you need to send the request to SAP, get the invoices and show here. Request and response. Now here the point is, do you get all the invoices or you want to have some filtering, like get 60 days invoices, get 90 days invoices, get 1 year invoices, like that.
Filtering will be there.
Okay, so now, so the requirement is you want to get 90 days invoices. So requirement is get last 90 days invoices, 90 days invoices. So there is the requirement. Now tell me, do you hardcode this 90 days or you give the flexibility for customer to change it? Do you hardcode this 90 days and get the invoices and display it, or you give the flexibility for the client to specify whether you want 90 days or 120 days or 6 months or
Flexibility
something?
for customer.
Yes, this is the requirement. Is that everyone clear with the requirement?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes.
So what is I'm trying to say that here in the my
Flexibility
account? Very good, thank you. So in the my account, we don't have invoices and we want to display the invoices. Actual invoices are available in which system? SAP system. Now I need to talk to SAP system, get the invoices and display. Now can you get all the invoices? If I have, let's say 10,000 invoices, and if you get 10,000 invoices and display, then your system will stuck. So therefore, so we need to have a requirement. The requirement is what? Get last 90 days invoices and show here. Get last 6 months invoices and show here. Get last 1 month invoices and show here. Okay, fine. Now, do I hard code this get 40 days, 50 days and all, or I will make it as a configurable?
Configurable.
Make it
Yes,
Configurable, sir.
yes, configurable. Make it as configurable. Okay, so this is the requirement. For this requirement, this is the answer. You can see here. So step number 1, you are able to see the screenshot. Okay, can you see this one? Step number 1, I'm creating a configuration property. So in the project.properties, you can see account summary dot invoices list. I am mentioning 60. If you want 90, change it to 90. If you want 120, change it to 120. If you want something else, change it to something else. So we define the property. Then what should be step number 2? Read the property in the Java file. Okay, read the property value in the Java file. You can see we are reading it. So therefore, if it is 60, 60. Then request the SAP system to give these many days invoices. Request the SAP system give these many days invoices. If it is a 60, 60 days. If it is a 120, 120 days. Now SAP system will give the results that you take and display in the UI. That's it. This is how you can implement and use the configuration properties a lot in the real time. We have discussed enough on the configuration properties. I think with this today's session, you should know the power of the configuration properties. That's all for today. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. If you want to listen to other question, you can wait. Else you can continue with your regular activities and we'll continue tomorrow.